Welcome to this wonderful platform. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across this channel for the first time, you are welcome. Please, if you like what you see here, after watching, subscribe, put on your notification bell. It's very important because it's going to help you to know when I upload a new video. In this channel, I present to you news on daily basis on what is happening in the whole world, especially in Nigeria and in Biafra land. Yes, Abba Biafra, I bring to you Biafra news. So before I do that, what I always do is that I analyze it and I sit down there to watch the video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to talk about it. Of course, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. That is why the comment section is there for you to contribute, leave your ideas, your thoughts, your belief about the videos that you have watched. Please, as we are doing this, let us do it constructively. As we hop into today's video, remain blessed. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your massive support in this channel as we watch.
Past, where you made reference to some politicians who were in the Senate or the National Assembly or governorship or maybe who still are, who had cases in the United States. Declared wanted at one point or the other, and somehow Nigeria was not able to extradite them due to whatever complexity. How easy would you see this case?
You don't have issues with you. You have issue with a competent authority in another jurisdiction. Go there. He can surrender. That's one. Number two, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria can also sign is a tradition and put it in the Gazette, relying on international treaty between Nigeria and United States of America. That is one. The third point is that the FBI will make a request to the Attorney General, and the process will start from there. I don't want to go into much details. But let me take it from Bero's point, and he made a very valid point, which I agree with wholeheartedly, that this is an institutional issue. It is not about Abba Kyari alone. It is about the Nigerian police force. And I've always had issues with the Nigerian police because they don't carry out integrity tests on their officers, like what happened where I've been and where I come from. Even in UK, every officer at a point in their career undergo integrity tests, whereby police will put money in a house and they will call them that go there and read that out because this person is a drug dealer, this and that. But those monies are marked. It could be $1 million. Don't forget, once the police carry out a raid, they are supposed to carry out an SCB sheet where they record everything. If you record 800,000 instead of 1 million, the next thing that will happen is that they are going to be dismissed. There is no need for a panel to review anything because there is nothing to review. Any act, and I must tell you, in any employer-employee relationship, any act of gross misconduct warranting start dismissal. There is no need for panel. You have somebody on CCTV stealing from an employer, and then you now said you are setting up a panel. What panel? The evidence is quite clear. And the second point I'm making about institutional implication. Now, Mr. Vincent Shibus or whatever, that criminal, he was put away for 1 month by Abba Kyari on the because Hush Puppy calling that, look, this guy is threatening my family according to him. At that point, you will have asked a question. What happened between the two of you? He said they have a business relationship. If that's so, definitely you will have asked for his bank account. And looking at that bank account, you will have seen the inflows. And a reasonable, a decent police officer will ask question, why are all these dollars coming in? What business are you doing? He didn't do that. The next thing he did was to lock the guy up for 1 month. And from there, he started sending his picture to Hush Puppy. Is that him? And Hush Puppy said, I want him to receive the beating of his life. Now, let me tell you this. That Vincent, even though he's a fraudster himself, he can even sue the police for unlawful arrest and unlawful detention for 1 month. Aggravated damages will follow, exemplary damages will follow. You get a psychiatrist to give him a report that because they detain him unlawfully, his head has turned upside down. In which case, the damages will increase. The police, the money they are supposed to use to look after their officer, they will use that money to pay damages to him. The court is not looking at whether it's a fraudster. The question is that at the point he was arrested, has he committed an arrestable offense? That is the question. Now, the man they flees in Qatar. He can even sue the Nigerian police that, look, if Adibi, you didn't unlawfully put this Vincent away, it is possible Hush Puppy will not be able to con me because Vincent was actually giving me information about this and that. But because you put him away, I couldn't, the man wouldn't have been able to get access to Vincent to get information. So because of that, I ended up dealing with this because as at that time, I didn't want whatever they promised they are going to do to finance the education to collapse. And my worry, this man, the businessman in Qatar, wanted to use that money to set up a school. And some of these officers are going to send their children to that school. And now they are the same people who are now trying to cover up things so that it won't happen. Even if, Mike, you are not with me on those best points, let me give you my better point. And the better point is that you cannot have a country where police officers who are supposed to protect us are the one giving information to criminals. And if you cast your mind back, we have executed a police officer in this country during the case of Lawrence Anini, if you can recall. Just because anytime the police, the Anini are going to raid to rob some people, they will inform the officer. The officer will now divert his officers to go somewhere else so that they can easily rob their victim. Now, at the end of the day, he was tried and he was convicted. And this case, it is not a case of whether we are, I appreciate what you are saying, these are allegations. They are not mere allegations. They are weighty allegations. And the allegation, all of us must come together to make sure that this man who has received all this medal of courage, those who have given him those, is not a courageous human being. Because the cell phone analysis retrieved from Hush Puppy is what gave him away. And this explanation, he sent a bank account to Hush Puppy. And they said it was because he loved his native attire. And when I read that, I went on Google to look at all his images. What attire has he put on that is so spectacular? And you will still recall, during the burial, the ceremony of Cubana, he was there. You understand me? When those boys started abusing the Naira, as a decent police officer, at that point, you can say, just give me one of the cow and I'm going home. Your wife will continue, will engage in endless cooking. Use the leg for egusi, use this. You understand me? He was there throughout. Why that? Look, let's be realistic. Yeah. And I must say this for the sake of emphasis. If you deal with these boys, if you are not careful, either as a journalist, as a lawyer, as a psychiatrist, if you are not careful, they can compromise you. Right. You understand me?
All right.
And that's the point.
A good point to note there. Let me come to you on this. There has been reaction from different organizations regarding Abba Kyari's, accusations against him right now. We've seen one from the Ariwa Youth Consultative Forum. We've also seen one from the Mieti Allah saying that nothing should happen to Abba Kyari. And from their perspective and from the reports, if it's anything to go by, from the reports that we read from them, they are saying that they seem to be a connivance and that nothing should happen to Abba Kyari. Make it clear from that perspective. Make us understand from that perspective when an issue like this comes up, how we all are supposed to react. What's supposed to be meant to be our disposition to an allegation like this?
That is the tragedy of the Nigerian society. A society that has been turned to a criminal enterprise that is even enjoying solidarity, ethnic thought, to pitch tent with religious thought, to pitch tent absolutely with a criminal. And this is because our own justice administration internally has failed to deliver on justice.
Yeah, but let's get it clear. Let's get it clear, please. The point there is we can't call anyone a criminal yet. As far as this case is concerned, I just want us to be clear on this so that we don't misrepresent any of the cases or any of the issues.
Well, I'm referring to a context of a nation and not a person as a criminal.
Okay.
Criminal enterprise means that we enjoy the business of crime.
Okay.
And that is what we have turned Nigeria to. And we don't defer to justice in our analysis, in our solidarity with issues and people. We just look at where is it from, what religion does it belong to, and begin to build up solidarity even against solidarity for evil, solidarity for crime. Those are the issues I'm trying to articulate. And this is dangerous. And this is equally because we have lowered the standard. When you are in a country that continue to celebrate people who just perform the duty they are expected by law under the statute to perform. We call Abba Kyari a super corps. What is the meaning of a super corps? A policeman doing his work, albeit diligently, and he's doing it like a teacher in a classroom, doing it like a good driver on the road. And you begin to celebrate him because we have become a country that is driven by a sense of mediocrity. We don't defer to standard, so anyone that is just above average, we begin to celebrate. Governors will build roads, we celebrate. And this is what has elevated Abba Kyari to this level, to the extent that some people are beginning to see him as their hero in the police, hero from our, of course, the other day, a street was named after him, but information is flying around now that he allegedly has almost 20 houses on that street. Have we done anything to find out how he got the money? His father was not rich. If you look at it, he told the story of his father that he struggled, before he died, he struggled to train some of his children, some of his kids. And now he's not even called a millionaire, but a billionaire. Where was he getting the money from his salary? These are issues. And this is what his case should not be whittled down on the basis of ethnic sentiment, on the basis of religious sentiment. It's an issue of law. Thank God it's not even in Nigeria. I've just told you, if allegation, and he has been alleged severally to have committed crime, withdrawing from people's accounts, torturing people until they are able to pay for that. Those cases are flying everywhere, including the NSAS tribunal in Lagos. So he has not been brought to even come and defend himself, not to talk of leading to the point of where he's found guilty or not about all those cases. So that should tell you the type of society we now have. Society of where anything goes. But it doesn't matter the protest, wherever it's coming from. America is not Nigeria. That is the basic thing. America, if you look at their justice administration, they will afford you the best of this thing. In fact, they even allow Hush Puppy to make an option that if he's convicted and sentenced, where he's going to spend his jail time. It could be in Nigeria. So the justice administration system and the justice administration, particularly there, is clear about the right of an individual. If Abba Kyari presents himself to be tried, if he's not guilty, he will be free. But if he's guilty of those weighty allegations, he cannot escape the American time of justice, and not the type that we color with ethnic sentiments in Nigeria. We are very substantial number of crime. Just imagine for a while, if that guy Vincent has died in prison or in custody of Abba Kyari, what will you be talking? Do you know how many people that have died on song like that in his custody? And let me equally tell you that what really happened is that he has surrendered his life management responsibility to a criminal, because obviously Hush Puppy became Abba Kyari's Inspector General by giving him command on who to arrest and how to detain him, how to torture him, and what should become of him. That he wanted that man, that Vincent, to suffer in his life, throughout his life, and that he will prove to him that what did he tell Vincent? He just laughed it off, and he told him that he is on it. I ended up sending the picture of Vincent in prison, inside jail, inside his custody, inside his cocoon to him. So this is era of you can begin to articulate evidence, assess evidence based on what you have received.
Okay.
This evidence were tracked. They were tracked from his phone, from his conversation, from interaction with the principal criminal that is already facing trial in America.
Right.
So it's not as easy as saying that one ethnic bloc somewhere will
we have to leave it here.
Beat up the drum of solidarity.
Okay. Thank you so much, Olajuyibe, for your in-depth analysis on this issue. We also thank you, Olufemi, for your insight into all of these as well. Thank you so much. I wish we had time to break down and look at all of the issues, but I believe that there'll be more developments as we get along.
Thank you for always watching Linda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Linda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye bye.